How y'all doing? Sharp Barnum, aka Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Richard TV 91. This time I'm reviewing Teen Wolf Season 3, Part 1, Episode 12, the season finale. What happens on this week's episode is Scott, Styles, and Allison come back from the trance they was in, and they found out where the Nemeton was. And the Nemeton was where, pretty much exactly where Scott became a werewolf to begin with. And Scott and Styles and Allison are going to try to find the Nemeton, and Scott goes to get Deucalion's help, and then Isaac, Allison, and Styles go find the parents, and Styles is on the way to try to the Nemeton, but he wrecks because of the storm, and then Isaac and Allison find the parents, and they're trying to help them escape, but the Duroc Jennifer is making the Nemeton fall in on top of them, and she's doing this this whole time. And Scott and Deucalion send Jennifer a message and tell them to meet them at the distillery. And Jennifer gets Derek to go with her, and it looks like there's going to be a fight between Jennifer, Derek, Deucalion, and Scott. And Deucalion becomes the demon wolf. He's completely, when he changes to a werewolf, he's completely black, and his eyes are bloodshot red, and it's all red, and he's powerful. And he goes up against Derek and Jennifer, and Scott kind of sits in the background throughout this fight, and then the solar eclipse happens. The lunar eclipse happens, and all the werewolves lose their power. And Jennifer is fighting with Derek, and Derek is keeping her occupied for 15 minutes, and then Derek, Deucalion, and Scott get their werewolf powers back, and Jennifer puts mountain ash all around her, that way the Scott and them can't get to her. And she's about to try to kill Scott's mother, Styles' father, and Allison's father. And Scott tries to get past the mountain ash. He's tried this before, but it didn't work. But this time, Scott breaks through, and Scott becomes a true alpha. And he tells her, either you stop trying to kill me and my friend's parents, or I will kill you, and I don't care what my eyes will change, what color my eyes will change. Deucalion says he doesn't care about his eyes and it won't change, and Deucalion slits her throat. And then Derek and Scott tell Deucalion, even with your sight, if we're going to let you live and hope you become the man that you used to be, but if you don't, even with your sight, you'll never see us coming. And what happens is, at the end of the episode, Jennifer's trying to get to the tree, and she almost gets to it, and Peter stops her, and Jennifer says, now that Scott's a true alpha, you're going to try to steal it from him. And Peter says, I have always been the alpha, and he kills Jennifer. So Peter's been the alpha this whole time, so we'll have to see what happens with that. My question for y'all is, now that we know that Peter is still an alpha, what's going to happen with that? As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out. Guys, GG's awesome. This has been an episode of Richard TV 91. See y'all next time.